Have you ever taken what looked like the perfect photo, only to open it later and realize it just isn't sharp? The composition is right, the lighting is good, the subject is interesting, but when you zoom in, the details look soft, the edges are blurry, and the image doesn't have that professional look you were expecting. The frustrating thing is that your camera is probably not the problem. In most cases, soft images are caused by a few simple mistakes that almost every photographer makes when learning. The good news is that once you understand what causes these problems, improving your sharpness becomes much easier. In this video, we'll look at the biggest reasons your photos aren't sharp and the simple changes you can make to capture cleaner, sharper images. We'll cover camera shake, focusing mistakes, autofocus settings, shutter speed, lens problems, image quality settings, and professional techniques that experienced photographers use to consistently get sharper results. The first cause of blurry photos is one of the most common mistakes in photography. Camera shake. Camera shake happens when the camera moves slightly while the shutter is open. Even a tiny movement can create blur, especially when shooting with longer lenses or slower shutter speeds. The reason this happens is simple. When you press the shutter button, your camera needs a certain amount of time to capture the image. If the camera moves during that exposure, the movement is recorded as blur. This is different from a subject moving. With camera shake, the entire image appears slightly blurred because the camera itself has moved. A common mistake beginners make is using shutter speeds that are too slow for handheld photography. For example, taking a photo at 1/20th of a second while holding a camera may seem possible, but even experienced photographers can struggle to keep the camera completely still at these speeds. A useful starting point is the reciprocal rule. This suggests using a shutter speed at least as fast as the focal length of your lens. So if you are using a 50mm lens, try starting around 1/50th of a second or faster. With a 200mm lens, you may need around 1/200th of a second or faster. Modern cameras and lenses with image stabilization can allow you to shoot slower than this, but stabilization only helps with camera movement. It cannot freeze a moving subject. Another cause of camera shake is the way you hold your camera. Many photographers hold their camera away from their body, similar to how they would hold a smartphone. This creates an unstable position. A better technique is to bring the camera closer to your face. Support the lens with your non-shooting hand. Keep your elbows tucked in and create a stable base with your body. Also, press the eyepiece firmly against your eye. Your stance matters as well. Standing with your feet shoulder-width apart and gently pressing the shutter button instead of quickly pushing it can make a noticeable difference. For landscape photography, architecture, or any situation where maximum sharpness is important, using a tripod is often the best solution. A tripod completely removes the movement caused by holding the camera, allowing you to use slower shutter speeds while maintaining maximum detail. However, even tripods have limitations. Pressing the shutter button can introduce vibration, especially with longer exposures. This is why many photographers use a 2-second timer, a remote shutter release, or the camera's electronic shutter function. Reducing camera movement is one of the simplest ways to immediately improve your images. But even with a perfectly steady camera, your photos can still look soft if your focus is not accurate. And this is where many photographers make their next big mistake. Focus errors and autofocus modes. One of the biggest reasons photos lack sharpness is simply that the camera focused on the wrong area. Modern cameras have incredibly advanced autofocus systems, but they still need the photographer to choose the correct focus settings for the situation. A common beginner mistake is assuming that autofocus will always know exactly what you want. It doesn't. Your camera is making a decision based on the information it sees. If multiple objects are in the frame, It may focus on the closest subject, the area with the strongest contrast, or simply the wrong part of the scene. For example, when photographing a person standing behind branches, the camera may focus on the branches instead of the person's face. The result is an image where the subject you wanted sharp is slightly blurred. This is why understanding autofocus modes is important. For stationary subjects, such as landscapes, buildings, or posed portraits, single autofocus mode is usually the best choice. The camera focuses once and locks that focus point. This gives you control over exactly where the sharpest part of the image will be. For moving subjects, continuous autofocus is usually the better option. In this mode, the camera continuously adjusts focus as the subject moves. This is ideal for wildlife, sports, children, or any situation where your subject is changing distance from the camera. Another important setting is your autofocus area mode. Many cameras have wide area autofocus enabled by default. This can be convenient, but it gives the camera more control over where to focus. For greater accuracy, many photographers use a smaller focus point and place it exactly where they want the sharpest detail. Portrait photographers, for example, usually prioritize the eyes because the viewer naturally looks there first. If the eyes are sharp, the image feels sharp. If the eyes are soft, the entire photograph can feel out of focus. Modern cameras also include advanced subject detection and eye autofocus. These features can be extremely useful, but they work best when combined with good technique. A photographer who understands focus settings will always get better results than someone who simply relies on automatic modes. Another focusing mistake happens when photographers recompose their image after focusing. For example, they focus on the subject, hold the shutter button halfway, then move the camera to create a different composition. This can sometimes work, but at wide apertures with shallow depth of field, the movement can shift the focus point enough to make the subject slightly soft. Using a focus point positioned exactly where you need it is often more reliable. Another useful technique used by many experienced photographers is back button focus. Instead of using the shutter button to focus and take the photo, focusing is assigned to a separate button on the back of the camera. This separates focusing from taking the photograph and gives the photographer greater control. Sharp photographs are not just about having expensive autofocus technology. They are about understanding how your camera focuses and choosing the right settings for the situation. But even perfect focus will not save a photograph if your shutter speed is too slow or your lens settings are working against you. Shutter speed and lens issues. Shutter speed plays one of the biggest roles in image sharpness. It controls how long your camera sensor is exposed to light. A fast shutter speed freezes movement. A slow shutter speed allows more light into the camera, but increases the risk of blur. Many photographers focus only on getting the correct exposure, but forget that shutter speed also controls sharpness. For example, photographing a bird, athlete, or moving child requires a much faster shutter speed than photographing a stationary object. Even if your focus is perfect, the image can still appear blurry because the subject moved during the exposure. The correct shutter speed depends on the situation. A landscape with no movement may work perfectly at slower speeds, especially when using a tripod. A sports photograph may require 1/1000th of a second or faster to freeze action. A portrait of a person standing still may require something around 125th of a second or faster when shooting handheld. The next factor affecting sharpness is your lens. Not all lenses produce the same level of detail. Some lenses are sharper in the center of the image, but softer around the edges. Others perform better when stopped down to a smaller aperture. This is normal and is part of understanding your equipment. Lens quality also affects sharpness through factors such as optical design, manufacturing quality, and the number of glass elements inside the lens. A high-quality lens can provide better contrast, clearer details, and fewer optical problems. However, the most expensive lens will not fix poor technique. A correctly focused image taken with a basic lens will often look better than an expensive lens used incorrectly. Filters can also affect sharpness. Poor quality filters placed in front of a lens can reduce contrast, introduce reflections, and soften fine details. If you use protective filters, choosing a high-quality filter is important. Image stabilization is another feature that photographers sometimes misunderstand. Optical image stabilization is designed to reduce camera shake when shooting handheld. It is extremely useful for low-light photography or longer lenses. However, image stabilization cannot correct subject movement. A bird flying across the frame or a person walking will still require a fast enough shutter speed. There are also situations where stabilization should be turned off. When your camera is mounted on a tripod, some cameras can become confused because the system is trying to correct movement that does not exist. This can sometimes reduce sharpness rather than improve it. Understanding the relationship between shutter speed, lenses, and stabilization helps you avoid many common sharpness problems. But sharp images also depend on the settings you choose inside your camera. Technique and image quality. The final step towards consistently sharp photographs is developing good shooting habits. Sharpness is rarely caused by one single setting. It is usually the result of many small decisions working together. One important setting is image quality. When possible, shooting in RAW gives you the maximum amount of information from your camera sensor. RAW files preserve more detail and provide greater flexibility during editing. JPEG files are processed inside the camera and compressed, which means some information is removed before you begin editing. This does not mean JPEG images cannot be sharp. It simply means RAW gives you more control. Another important factor is aperture. Many photographers believe that using the widest aperture possible always creates the sharpest image. However, lenses usually have an ideal aperture range where they produce their best results. This is often somewhere between 2 or 3 stops down from the maximum aperture. For example, a lens with an aperture of f1.8 may become noticeably sharper around f4 or f5.6. The correct aperture depends on what you are photographing. A portrait may benefit from a wide aperture and beautiful background blur. A landscape may require a smaller aperture to keep more of the scene in focus. Professional photographers also pay attention to their breathing and timing. When shooting handheld, taking a slow breath, gently pressing the shutter, and avoiding sudden movements can make a surprising difference. For maximum sharpness, especially with detailed subjects, small improvements in technique create large improvements in results. It is also important to review your photographs properly. Do not judge sharpness only by looking at the full image on the camera screen. Zoom in and inspect important details. Look at the eyes in portraits. Look at textures in landscapes. Look at edges and fine details. This will help you understand whether the problem was focus, movement, settings, or equipment. The good news is that improving sharpness does not require buying a new camera. Most blurry photos are caused by technique, settings, or understanding how your equipment works. By controlling camera movement, choosing the correct autofocus mode, using appropriate shutter speeds, understanding your lens, and developing better shooting habits, you can dramatically improve the quality of your images. Sharp photography is not about luck. It is about making the right decisions before you press the shutter button. And once these habits become automatic, you will start capturing images that look clearer, more detailed, and much more professional. If this video helped you understand photography a little better, don't forget to subscribe for more practical photography tutorials covering lighting, composition, camera settings, lenses, and creative techniques. I'll see you in the next lesson.